Alrighty. So welcome back. We are the Gallimaufry Gals. The Gallimaufry Gals Book Club is a confusing medley of thoughts, ideas, and opinions of three sisters and their mom as they discuss a jumble of books. So we hope that this channel will inspire more readers, encourage free thinking, and sustain the art of conversation. I think book clubs are a nice way of doing that, of having conversation, which can be kind of hard to have in these days, it seems. Book clubs are a good way to do that.
For sure.
Yeah.
So first we will introduce ourselves again, starting with
Mom. So do you want me to go through all three questions then? Like what I'm drinking?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
So I'm Tess' mom. I am actually drinking white Zin today, or wine for a change. And the song that should be my theme song every time I walk into the room, I have decided, is a combination of Jeopardy and the Doctor Who theme song. So
Cool. I'd like to hear that.
I cannot sing it or hum it for you.
But you have an idea of what it would sound like?
It would sound like the Jeopardy song.
Waiting
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Do 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 do.
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh my God, I love it.
Wobbly in there. Yes.
Awesome. That fits you.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
Angie.
Hi, I'm Angie. I'm in hot, sweaty Dallas, Texas. And today I'm drinking a combination of Diet Pepsi from QT. And I have a can of Andre Brut sparkling wine.
Hey.
Champagne.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yes. Fresh taste with notes of pear and lemon from 7-Eleven.
Nice.
Ooh.
Not sponsored.
I am not promoting this. I'm just, I don't know. It's good.
Got that, huh? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man, theme song. You know, I have been thinking about this, and I don't know. Probably some like Weird Al song, some parody song that I made up myself. I don't know.
That would also be very fitting. We've done that many times, made up songs.
For sure.
I'm Miranda. Hello. I'm just drinking water today. It's early. I have stuff I need to do tonight, so can't get drunk.
Early?
It's 3:30. Well, almost 4. It's early.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah,
Afternoon.
fine. Early afternoon. But I have stuff to do later, so I can't really drink and get drunk now.
Right.
Relative. And as for a song, I tried really hard to come up with a theme song, and I listened to a bunch of different music this week, and I just came up with absolute nothing. It'd probably be something about along the lines of me being super clumsy.
There's got to be a song out there about that.
I'm sure there probably is, but not within my vast library of music.
Ooh, World of Warcraft theme song.
Oh, yeah.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Dun, 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 dun.
I do spend way too much time in there, so I mean, yeah, that would also work.
That would actually be very good.
They do have some really good music, though, in general in there.
They really
That's a
do.
good And I am Melissa. I am drinking a newly discovered drinky drink. It's White Claw hard seltzer. And I don't know if that's like, I don't know. I really like it, so it's very refreshing.
Yum!
Sure, you and Angie can have all of it to yourselves.
I love sparkling water, and I like the hard seltzers.
I know, and it's just good. It's refreshing.
No.
What flavor is your hard seltzer?
This one is natural lime, which I don't tend to normally go for lime stuff, but it just adds to the refreshingness of it, I think. So,
And to that, me and Miranda would go, "What's wrong with you? Lime is the best flavor."
oh, whoa! I was
Every-
gonna say, like, what's wrong with you for drinking that? But
No, I love lime and lemon stuff.
that's right. That's
That
right.
looks really good, though, Melissa.
If I was gonna go for a themed one, though, I think I would have gone for like, what would you guys have gone for if we were drinking like for the theme of the book?
Oh,
Probably some beer that's made in Minneapolis.
I was thinking beer
oh
too,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
You know, because he was a bartender and mostly a bouncer.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
So
true.
his
I
mom
didn't
was
even
an
think about that.
alcoholic. So.
That's true. I didn't even think about all of that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of like the vibe of the book, kind of. But no, that's a good point.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
just
thinking
saying.
of like I was thinking of like kind of like a rednecky type of beer, which
Yeah, same.
And
I don't
was
know
thinking
which
like
one
a
that would
craft,
be. That's
craft beer.
40
Oh.
of Old English. Natty
is
Ice.
what
Natty
is
Ice.
Pabst like the really cheap beer?
I actually like Natty Ice. It's one of the few that do not give me a headache.
That's important.
It's not bad. It has more flavor than Natty Light.
Hey, you know, I don't
Mhm.
mind the taste, and it doesn't give me a headache. So
That's the
That's
important
important.
part.
Yeah.
I can drink more than a sip.
Exactly.
Melissa, what would your theme song be?
Yeah, so I was thinking, I was looking around too, and I had fun with this. I kind of, but you were mentioning World of Warcraft, so I guess I kind of have, like, I could come up with another one, but I chose Winter Light from, I learned it from The Secret Garden. It's by Linda Ronstadt. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of mystical and kind of melancholy, but also hopeful, and it's just, I don't know, it encapsulates like a lot of like,
How
Yeah.
does it go?
I'm not gonna sing if that's what you're.
I was aiming it.
Mom's ever
Yeah.
trick to get us to sing.
Yeah.
I'll just have to
How
How does
Google
it go
it.
again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But then also I was thinking a RuneScape song would be pretty fun, or a Skyrim song. I'm sure I could find one of those that would be cool. Yeah. So I guess let's see here. I have to clicky the slides. So this book is by Allen Eskins The Life We Bury by Allen Eskins. And Mom, you chose this book. So if you
Yes.
want to give the book summary and your overall impression.
Sure, I'll read the back of the book.
Yep, that's perfect.
College student Joe Talbert has a writing assignment to interview a stranger and write a brief biography. With deadlines looming, he heads to a nearby nursing home to find a subject and meets Carl Iverson. Carl is a dying Vietnam veteran who has been medically paroled after spending 30 years in prison for rape and murder. As he writes about Carl's life, Joe cannot reconcile the heroism of the soldier with the despicable acts of the convict. Along with his skeptical female neighbor, Joe throws himself into uncovering the truth. Overall impressions, I actually enjoyed the book. I really enjoyed the writing. It was very descriptive. There was some foreshadowing that I liked. I know there's other questions that'll come up about it, but I did like the book. It was easy enough to read. It, some parts were maybe a little unbelievable, but overall, I thought it was a good book and brought up some interesting topics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it too. Yeah, I felt like it was easy to read and it really drew me in. And once I started reading it, I just wanted to keep reading it. And then, so I read it really fast and then I had a lot of time in between and I started reading another book. And then I was like, oh no, I need to, I think I remember, but I need to read it again. So I picked it up this week and yeah, I was like, oh, I'll just kind of skim through a couple, read a couple paragraphs here and there. And then I got sucked in again and I was like, this is a good book. It's a really good book. Yeah, the sort of mystery, and you weren't really sure where exactly it was going to go. Kind of left you guessing a little bit. So I like that.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. It was a pretty good read. I read it pretty fast too. I picked it up and was like, oh, before I knew it, I was done with it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that was took me no time. I definitely agree. There were some parts that were a little bit far-fetched in my opinion, but I mean, sometimes real life, it can also be very strange. So it's all within the realm of possibility, but I think there was some bits and pieces in there that were a little much.
Yeah. I think overall, I should have thought about this a little bit more. I'm probably going to be a little bit of an odd man out. I didn't feel as like interested in the story, I guess. Like it was very well written, I felt, but for some reason it just kind of felt kind of surfacey to me, or like very.
I can definitely understand that. There wasn't a whole lot of like character development really in it.
And it's not like there wasn't any. I mean, for sure there was some of that. I guess one of the ways that I was thinking about it is it did feel kind of like a NaNoWriMo story, National Writing Novel Writing Month story that had been written and then like reviewed and edited and whatever, which I mean, that's a legitimate way to have a novel, but it kind of just had that very like pacey, like everything is perfectly where it needs to be in the story type of thing. So I guess like, but as far as like plot goes and whatever, it did keep me turning the pages. I'm just not one to normally go for like crime thrillers or mysteries. So I guess I didn't like intrinsically get hooked into it. Also, I have to say that I did read in the large print, which makes a difference for me. I know it sounds weird, but it does make a difference. Just having that bigger print, I don't know, it feels like I'm being kind of shouted at in a way, or like it's trying to put it to me in terms that are simple for me to understand, like, you know, like kind of condescending in a way. Like, I don't know. I know that sounds really weird, but so if I would have, I kind of wish that I had looked closer before buying and just bought the regular print edition, because I do feel like that would have made a difference in my reading experience.
I liked the large print because I didn't have to put my glasses on.
Oh,
well, that's true. Yeah.
You know, and I could, and it, I don't know, it read faster, I think, than when with small print.
It definitely did seem like, oh, hey, I'm already done with this page. Like, that's kind of nice because I'm a slower reader. So, I mean, that was kind of nice, but.
I kind of feel what you're saying, though, because I think that's one of the reasons I don't love reading on, like, my, like, Kindle app on my phone, because it's larger, and then it's, like, you're just always, like, swiping because you're reading the pages faster, and it, yeah, I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say about this movie, or this book, is that it read like a movie to me. Yeah. I mean, it could very easily have been turned into a movie with very little changes.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, that's not a bad thing. But,
no.
But it did read like a movie, like I was watching a movie.
No, it definitely had a good pace to it. So we all kind of came up with some questions. So with page 1, I remember, Mom, you had written this one, that you loved the very first paragraph, a hint at foreshadowing. And what did we all think of it? So
well, I can read the first paragraph.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It says, I remember being pestered by a sense of dread as I walked to my car that day, pressed down by a wave of foreboding that swirled around my head and broke against the evening in small ripples. There are people in this world who would call that kind of feeling a premonition, a warning from some internal eye that can see around the curve of time. I've never been one to buy into such things, but I will confess that there have been times when I think back to that day and wonder if the fates had truly whispered in my ear, If I had known what that drive would change so many things, would I have taken a safer path? Would I have turned left where before I had turned right? Or would I still travel the path that led me to Carl Iverson? That drew me in right away.
Mm-hmm.
And I did kind of like his reflection. I mean, it's kind of like a, I don't know what you'd say, like a past tense in telling the story, but I liked it.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I really liked the wording, the internal third eye that can see around the curve of time. I thought that was really cool. I like that wording. Yeah. I mean,
I feel like, sorry.
Oh, no, go for it.
No, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, like, part of me, like, doesn't, part of me doesn't like all the, like, the pre-questions just because it's like, to me, it's like breaking out of the fourth wall, kind of like someone's on stage telling the audience, like, heads up, something strange is going to happen in this story. Like, so part of me doesn't like that stylistic choice, but that it is a stylistic choice. So, but I like the questions alone. Like, I like what he's posing. Like, would he choose the safer path had he known? Like, I like that as a question.
Right.
Yeah, it definitely seems sort of foreboding, and like kept in the back of my mind. I was sort of expecting the ending of the book, or I was expecting something much worse to happen, or like a worse twist than what happened. Like, I was expecting, like, oh, is he gonna draw him in, and then he's gonna become like a serial killer, and like,
I think I had the
kill
same
for him,
feelings.
or I was thinking like he's gonna kill for Carl. I was like, thinking like that's where it was gonna go. I was like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Right. I think I had kind of the same feelings. Like, yeah,
it wasn't as dramatic as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
An event that would, like,
I mean, I get why, like, if you were looking back at this event in your own life, you'd be like, oh God, yeah, like, that was kind of a terrible experience. I don't know that I'd ever want to go through that again, or if I would have chose something different, if that would have been better. But in the end, like, I don't feel like it was as bad as it could have been, for sure.
That's a good point. Yeah. Right.
One thing that popped into my head, too, was a Doctor Who episode where if Donna turns left, good things happen, and if Donna turns right, bad things happen. Like the end of the world kind of stuff, you know, and it's just like that little choice of turning left or right.
Right.
And how it can affect your whole life.
Right. Yeah, that is a good question, though, Miranda, or point that you brought up, is like everything did turn out really well. Really.
Yeah, honestly,
you know. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess if things hadn't turned out as well, it would still be a good question to ask, though. Like, would the bad ending still have been worth it, and why? Like, yeah. Ooh, I'm getting a smell of wood smoke. The window's open. It smells awesome.
As long as nothing's actually burning in the house.
The shed isn't burning.
Yes.
We don't even have a shed, so no worries. Yeah. So did you guys have any other thoughts about the first question, or?
Not really.
So then, yeah, how did it make you feel when Leela tried to leave Joe's apartment, when he came home to find her there watching Jeremy? And I don't remember the chapter this was for, but it was fairly early.
Oh shoot, I went back and put it in. Chapter
5. I'm looking at the document. That's what is written there.
Well,
yeah. So yeah, this was my question. Do you guys kind of remember, like, he came home and she was sitting with Jeremy on the couch, and then she was kind of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get going, and he's kind of like,
no, don't leave.
Yeah.
It kind of made me feel a little like he's kind of not like slimy, but like
a little creepy.
Yeah, like he put off some major creeper feels right there. And I was like, if I was her, I would have been like, okay, I am definitely never interacting with you again.
Yeah.
Like, no, definitely not. You can definitely not make me food or anything.
Yeah, like
I'm never
stop
coming back.
asking me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of worried he was gonna like rape her. I didn't know how bad this book was gonna go. Like, I had major creeper vibes. Like,
wow, interesting.
and she's all like, no, thanks. Like, trying to be polite to get out of it, you know, because you don't want to make him mad, because then that's when
he's
he
your
can get
neighbor.
violent. Yeah, and you have to like see him in the hallway.
Yep.
And so.
Yeah, and especially when he, it was written that he kind of blocked the doorway so she couldn't leave.
Yeah.
That kind of gave me
that is kind of weird. Yeah.
It's like, and I understand looking from his point, he wasn't trying to be a creeper.
Right.
He just he just wanted to talk to her and interact.
Yeah, but that was totally.
Yeah. But it was kind of creeper. Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, and then the brother's there, and just like, come and I'll make supper. And he's like trying to be all like cute and flirty, and it's like, dude, you're being a creeper.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, like maybe if I was her, maybe I would have come back for supper just to be nice because you live so close, and then you could like be done. Like, I would have been done. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I would have gone. I don't know.
I probably would have, because I wouldn't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah, or like the brother's feelings.
Yeah, either one of them. I wouldn't want the guy Joe to be mad at me, and the brother, she had a connection with him, and in my mind it would be like, okay, well, let's see how Joe treats his brother. And that'll give you a feel on what kind of personality he has, and if he's got any major flaws, depending on how he is with his brother.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I was kind of a little also kind of like about him bringing his brother into the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, my brother seems to like you. Like,
yeah, he totally put the guilt trip on, and he's blocking the door, and it's like, what are you doing, man? Yeah. So it's like, maybe I would have gone back for the brother, which kind of is the vibe she put off, like, okay, I'll come back for Jeremy, but but then it was like,
and just for the viewers, Jeremy has autism, so there is the whole thing with him needing help and not being able to live alone and stuff like that. So I guess from Joe's perspective, I thought it would have been kind of, well, from a female version of Joe, I think it would have been weird to just have seen her in the apartment to begin with. She just like invited herself in.
Well, because Jeremy was having problems and she heard the white noise or whatever.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That was like nonstop. And
sorry.
I was going to say, she kind of had seemed concerned when she saw them in the hallway. With the bathroom being out in the hallway. So she probably thought, she's doing the good neighbor thing and just checking up on him. And
yeah, that's true. And seeing that he needs more help than like a normal person, she probably just felt like it was needed that she should stay until he got there.
Well, and too, like, we don't, like, I don't know if it actually said in there that it was just she heard the noise coming from the apartment, because he could have been out in the hallway too. Like, he seemed to kind of be like, if he didn't know what was going on, to kind of freak out a little bit. So like, it's hard to say like how much was actually going on that she like calmed him down or anything. Like, I mean, he's kind of seen what's happened when things go awry, or Joe does when Jeremy's kind of having issues or whatever. Like, so I'm sure like once he saw her there, he probably also thought, well, hey, opportunity. But like,
Joe, you mean? Yeah.
So
yeah.
And when she explained herself, I'm sure too, he was probably like, oh, thank God that like, Jeremy didn't just like leave the apartment building or, something.
Yeah. I guess like in the overall picture, it's kind of nice though that I feel like it feels like it's more easy for, I don't know. The overall picture is, I'm just glad that like she was able to see past like okay, he did not make a good first impression, but like, we're human, and how often do we actually make the impression that we want to make the first time around, or the first 3 times around, or whatever? So like, that was kind of cool that she still, like, she didn't completely shut off like
Right.
any communication or anything like that. Like, she understood that there were nuances to go through, which
That's
is kind of
true.
the theme of the book, actually. I just thought of that, but
Yeah.
yeah, I guess, yeah, it is kind of like, and we'll talk more about it too, but yeah, I feel like this book is a lot about first impressions, kind of, or like general assumptions needing to be
Yes.
questioned, or like, yeah. Oh, I didn't see that the next one was a follow-up question.
Oh, and I forgot there was one.
Yeah.
I mean, we pretty much answered it, though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
Talking about it.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We hope you've been amused by our antics, inspired to read, and maybe even feel encouraged to find or create your own book club. At 100 subscribers, we are doing a book giveaway. At 200 subscribers, for our 5th round reading, we will randomly pick from your book suggestions. So we encourage you to share our channel with other book lovers and book lovers to be. What are some experiences you've had with first impressions going awry? Whether your own first impression or another's. Join the discussion in the comments below. And we'll see you next week for part 2 of our discussion on The Life We Bury. Happy reading!